What's up, YouTube? It's JMan09. So I'm coming at you today with a quick deck profile of a deck that I've been trying to build, and it still isn't complete yet. I need 3 cards, and it will be complete. Noble Knights. Awesome deck. I need the Noble Knight Dristan card from the new set, but I'm not going to pick them up just yet because I have a couple boxes coming in the mail, so I decided, hey, I'm going to wait until I get those boxes in and see how many Dristans I'm actually going to need. So I'm going to quickly go over the monsters, spells, traps, and the extra deck for this deck. So I'm going to go ahead and go over the monsters and kind of explain what they do, since this isn't a deck that's played often at all. Noble Knight Madrat. Pretty much what happens with him is if he has a Noble Knight card equipped to him, he can special summon and he becomes a level 5 dark monster, not a light. And without one, he's actually a normal monster. So he's actually pretty good. And I'll explain why normal monster comes into effect. Noble Knight Gwaine, or Guava Child, my bad, not Gwaine, not yet. Guava Chad is a normal monster when there's no equip spell on him, but when he does have an equip spell, he can target one Noble Knight from your graveyard and add it to your hand. Destroy one equip card after you're done. And that's pretty much what happens, and the equip cards do come back, so it's like they get popped off and you can equip them to another Noble Knight. Gwaine. Gwaine's effect is that when you control 3 Gwaine, 3 Guava Chad, 3 Madrat. So far, it's gonna be 3 of almost every Noble Knight, because 3 Gwaine is if you control a light monster, a light normal monster, you can special summon this card from your hand to face up defense position. So these guys are all light normal monsters whenever they're faced up on the field without an equip spell. So you summon them, you summon Gwaine, then you start equipping stuff. But, it doesn't matter as long as you have one. And then 3 Noble Knight Artorias. He is a normal monster of the deck. He's I actually have a limited edition, first edition, and a unlimited edition. But he is the normal monster of the deck. Normally you use Rescue Rabbit with him, but I decided not to play. I opted out of playing Rescue Rabbit, and I'll explain why. Because the deck's already 42 cards, and I didn't want to run the Rescue Rabbit because the Rescue Rabbit, it's a dead draw sometimes if you draw 2 of these guys. And it's not a light monster, so it doesn't really help out the extra part of the deck, or the rest of the deck. So we got 1 Ignoble Knight Black Lodson. Pretty much what happens with him is if you have a Noble Knight, a light normal monster on your field, you can sacrifice it to special summon him. If he is special, and then you can sacrifice him to search out a Noble Arms card. So if you open up hand, or if you already have like this guy on the field, you can special summon him, sacrifice him to get a Noble Arms card, summon, special summon, do some shenanigans. It's actually really good. He's a really good card, but you only really want to run one of him because he's a bad draw. I mean, you want to have him, but you don't want to have him early game. You want to have him late game. So that's the monsters. Oh yeah, and last but not least, since almost they're all light monsters, you gotta run the One Honest. It helps you out in so many different ways. It's ridiculous. So that's the One Honest. And then the spells, you run 2 Noble Knight Nefertiti. Pretty much it decreases your monster's attack by 500 every time you use its effect, and its effect is that it can pop a face down card or a set card. Monsters, spells, traps, anything. Any face down card, it can pop it. Your monster just loses 500 attack, but you're going to overlay anyways, so that's why you don't really need it. 2 Gallatin, which just gives your monster 1,000, but you lose 200 attack points. It increases your monster's attack by 1,000, but your monster loses 200 attack points after every turn. 2 Noble Arms of Destiny. Pretty much it stops your monster from being destroyed, so it cannot be destroyed by battle, cannot be destroyed by dark hole, card effects, anything. It can be banished, it can be compulsed, and this card would not save it. 2 Caliburn. Pretty much it gives your monster a 500 attack point boost, and you get to gain 500 life points per turn. And let's say you have equipped and you detach it to summon somebody, and it comes back, you can use its effect again, so you can actually gain 1,000 per turn. 2 Lance, because you want your monsters to stay on the field. 2 MST, because you really don't like back row. I'm thinking about running less Lance and running more one less Lance or something like that, and running one more MST, because you want to get your back row hate out there. You want back row to be dead. You really do. or a Royal Decree or something like that, because I don't run too many traps. But you want the back row to be dead so your monsters can go ahead and go at it and have fun. 2 Pot of Duality. You do special summon, but you don't special summon a lot. Actually, you do special summon a lot, but you're going to side these out. Game 2, most likely. Gives you something to side out. But game 1, if you have a bad opening hand, you have a Pot of Duality, you can Duality hopefully into something to help start up the thing. Start up your plays. Monster Reborn, Heavy Storm, Dark Hole, and last but not least, Rhoda, because everything in here is a warrior. So that's the spells. And for the traps, I got a very few trap lineup. 2 Fiendish Chain, because Fiendish is Fiendish. 2 Bottomless, because Bottomless is Bottomless. And 2 Compulse, because Compulse is awesome. 1 Mirror Force, because it's a Mirror Force, and I believe that after 1 Mirror Force, it scares everybody else from getting another one. Looks fake. 1 Pinpoint Guard, because most all your monsters are level 4 or lower, which actually they're all level 4, so you can summon them to the field and they don't get destroyed. You know, they cannot be, I think it's, what is it? Special summon the monster defense position, it cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects this turn. So, pretty much Bear can't pop it or anything like that. Or actually, it didn't say monster effects, it just says card effects. So Bear can pop it. But, it's a good card. But they have to target you for battle before you can use it. Still a good card. You can get a normal light monster on the field and special summon Ignoble Knight from the graveyard and start going off and getting more equip cards if you needed it. So that's why I run it. 1 Solemn Warning, 1 Solemn Judgment. You know, those are just needed cards for the deck. Alright, and last but not least, the extra deck. 1 Starleech Paladino, because they're all lights. 1 Omega, because Omega requires 2 level 4 light monsters and not Constellar monsters. 1 Blade Armor Ninja, because these 2 cards right here and Excalibur can go into an OTK. I'll explain that, but I think most of y'all have probably heard about it. 1 Gundiva. Thinking about cutting this card, but at the moment, once you return when a level 4 or lower monster is special summoned to your opponent's side of the field, except during damage step, you can target, or you can detach 1 Xyz from this card to destroy that special summon monster. It's actually a pretty good card. It's 2100. It's not a big beater, but it just helps out if they try to special summon monsters. It's just a good card. Only one of Artorias, King of Noble Knights. It's a good card. It gets rid of anything like face down spell traps, but it's just, you only need 1. 1 Comics Hero, because he cannot be destroyed by battle once per turn. Or is it once per turn? Oh, no. If this card would be destroyed by battle, attach 1 and inflict 500 points of damage to your opponent. Focus. There you go. Inflict 500 points of damage to your opponent, and the card gains 500 attack. 1 Emerald, just in case you use all your resources. 1 Black Ship of Corn, just in case. Maestroke, Cowboy, Shockmaster. Most of these are kind of obvious. Tyrus. You know, Tyrus is Tyrus. Volcasaurus, and for the last 2 rank 5s that I can go into, Gaia Charger. And Gaia Dragon, the Thunder Charger. Pretty much, it's a good deck to run. It'll be even better with Dristan, because Dristan pops face-up cards. But pretty much what you need for the OTK is a Madrat, a Gwaine, I don't care, Noble Arms card. That's all you need. Pretty much what happens is, summon Madrat, equip it, detach, you summon Guavachad, equip this from the Guavachad, special summon from your hand because he's now a normal light monster, overlay into, let me get the cards real quick, you can actually overlay into Heroic Challenger Excalibur, detach 2, use his effect, send to the grave, bring this back to your hand, he's a light monster, special, overlay, Blade Armor. There's your 4,000. But alright guys, that was just this little deck profile. It's a good little deck. I like it. I enjoy it. I enjoy playing it. It's entertaining. It's something different than going with just full-on dragons or prophecy or something like that. Noble Knight Dristan, like I said, will help this deck out a lot. It gives it a little more speed and a little more destruction. It's like a bear. You have your monster, you equip him with the Noble Arms card, and you can pop 1 face-up card. So it just gets rid of any problematic card like a Decree or anything like that. But alright guys, so like, comment, subscribe. If you want to see more deck profiles, I'll try to get them out. I'm thinking about trying to make a Madolche deck profile. I'm trying because I think that's what my girlfriend wants to run, so I'm going to end up trying to build that, or maybe even a Harpy deck. I'm not sure. The Harpy deck would be a little insane to try to get because of the Harpy Pet Dragon. But like, comment, subscribe, and later guys.